What's up, guys? Your boy P here. Today, I want to talk personal finance. What if I told you that if I had been frugal the way I am right now, when I finished college, I would have been a millionaire by the time I was 35, and my money would have grown to over $8 million by the time I hit 65, without having worked in 30 years. When I graduated from college, I had no money. I found a job as a salesperson, and it offered a small base of $1,500 gross plus commission, which means that after taxes, I was netting $1,250 a month if I didn't sell anything. And the crazy thing is, actually, when I was finishing college, I had my own car, so I didn't have any car payment. And also, I found a room that I was renting in a house where I was paying $175 a month, and that included all utilities. So even with that $1,250 a month that I was netting, after paying all my bills, I was left with $500 each month. At the end of year one, I had made a few sales, so I got a big commissions, plus the money that I was not spending. I was able to save $15,000, which was a lot of money for me. And then the second year of my job, I was promoted to a sales manager, and my salary went up to $2,500. And I had a team now that was under me, so I could also get a cut of their sales. By the end of year two, I made over $60,000, and I was able to save another $20,000. So when I started getting a little taste of making money and having money in my bank account, that's when the wheels came off for me, because I started spending instead of saving the money. So the money that I had saved in the first 2 years, I didn't really invest it. It was just in a savings account. And then I started spending it. I decided to upgrade my car. I had a paid off Ford Tempo 1989. That was the best car I've ever owned. I bought a Nissan Maxima, and then now I had a $350 a month car payment on the new Nissan. Another mistake I made, I moved out of my $175 a month house that I lived in, and then decided to rent a 2-bedroom apartment with my cousin, where now I was paying $600 a month, my part of the rent. At that stage, I was making $100,000, and I decided to buy a better car, so I bought an Infiniti FX, and now my payments went up to $450 a month. Then I decided to buy a house, and also I left my company that I was working for, and then started my own company. And I did real well in the first few years. I was able to do over $100,000, and it kept going up each year. And of course, the more money I made, the more money I spent on fluff. I also wanted to upgrade my car, so now I went from driving that little mid-size SUV to driving a Mercedes CLS 500, and that was costing me $1,100 a month in payment. So I was basically spending a lot of money for no reason. I mean, I had a lot of material stuff, I guess I'm not regretting, the life that I had then, but I was spending a lot of money. I didn't save anything. So now let's see how I would have made that $1 million if I had been frugal from day one. So if I had been frugal from day one, I would have stayed in that house. $175 a month in San Diego in a nice neighborhood was a steal. And also my 1989 Ford Tempo was functioning just fine. I didn't have to upgrade the car. And so if I had kept the same house and then started investing the money that I was making into an S&P 500 index or a total stock market index that returns 10% a year, then I would have started seeing the growth. I was saving at least $55,000, and I got to a point where I was actually saving over $100,000. So I would have invested all that money. And in 14 years, by the time I hit 35, I would have made over $1.5 million by year 14 at 35. So instead of spending my money, the more money I made, if I had actually invested that money, then that money would have compounded year after year after year. Even if I had moved out, got a condo, and even got a better car, my expenses each month wouldn't have gone over $3,000. So if I had $1.5 million using the 4% rule, then I could have withdrawn $60,000. I didn't need $60,000 because my expenses were $3,000, which was $36,000. And just remember, guys, hitting the $1 million mark is not really the goal. The goal is to have enough passive income that pays for all your expenses. So using that 4% rule, if $3,000 is your monthly expense, then you only need $900,000. You don't even need $1 million. So that's just a milestone in a way, but you don't have to. It all depends on how much you spend. So like I told you guys, now I'm 35 years old and I have $1.5 million and my expenses are $3,000 or $36,000 a year. So, which means that I do not have to work for the rest of my life. And then my money will keep compounding. So in 10 years, my $1.5 million will be $2.6 million. So now I'm 45 and I'm sitting on $2.6 million and I did not work for a decade. This is crazy, right? But it is doable. Anybody can do it. So now, if I let my $2.6 million compound for 10 more years, when I'm 55 and I've been drawing against my money to pay for all my expenses, I would have $4.6 million by the time I'm 55 and not have worked for 20 years. So if we kept that same exercise where my money keeps compounding for 10 more years, by the time I'm 65, I would have over $8 million. And I have not worked for 30 plus years. This is crazy, but it is doable. And that's why I try to tell everybody finishing college, even people in high school, just invest early and often, live below your means, and your money is going to compound to a level that you have never seen. On the side note, my son is 22 now, and he just hit $100,000 of invested assets. So we started him early at 14 with me just teaching him the way, and he's already at $100,000 net worth. Just remember, guys, you can control how much you spend. You know, how much you make, you cannot really control that, but you can control how much you spend. And once you know how much you spend, then at that point you can really have a game plan on how you're going to tackle that as far as growing your wealth. And it's so much easier. So learn how much you spend, and then see if you can shave off any dollar here or there, and then start saving, investing until you get that level that you never dreamed of. And remember, guys, the earlier the better. The earlier the better, because you need time for the compound interest to work. So if you start in your 20s, you'll be a millionaire in no time, because you have a lot of years for your money to grow. The moral of the story is that I have wasted 10 to 15 years of compound interest that I could have used when I was in my 20s and 30s, and then that would have really helped my portfolio balloon to a level that I would have been very satisfied with. So anyway, guys, thank you again for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, share with a friend, and let me know what your thoughts are, and thank you again for watching.